Hey there, everyone. Good morning. It's Thursday, June 12th. This is an NBC 10 coffee break, and I'm Tamara Sacharczyk. We're going to go through some of your top stories of the day. So, of course, we are starting off with the retrial of Karen Read because this has been a big week for the case. The jury actually has today off, but both the prosecution and defense will be in court today for a charging conference. The lawyers will meet with Judge Beverly Cannoni to decide on instructions for the jury once the deliberations begin. The defense rested yesterday. The prosecution decided not to move forward with any rebuttal witnesses. So this means closing arguments are expected to begin tomorrow. We spoke with one of our legal analysts, Austin Dana, on what we can expect from both sides.
Prosecution, you're going to see a lot of these videotapes that they've been playing throughout the trial. Statements that they find incriminating that Ms. Read made to the media after the first trial. And they're going to be playing those probably throughout their closing statement. They're going to be focusing on the cell phone data from Mr. O'Keefe's phone, the data from the Lexus SUV, and this is their chance to really tie a bow on what they believe to be the forensic evidence in this case that proves that she backed her SUV up, and that coincides with the time that Mr. O'Keefe's phone stopped moving around and the temperature started dropping. Conversely, on the defense side, they're going to say, no, none of that makes any sense.
So this could be very interesting, especially if they're focusing on some of what Karen Read has said to the media. Obviously, she's been very outspoken. She's spoken to local media. She's also done some documentaries. So it should be interesting to watch the closing arguments in this case. The jury could get the case in their hands as soon as tomorrow or Monday at the latest. Keep in mind, we have Katie Benoit in court every single day for this. So we are on top of it. And we're also always streaming it live on our YouTube page. To find that, all you have to do is search NBC 10 WJR on YouTube. All right. Well, it's a nice day outside. Right now, not quite as hot yet as it was yesterday. We have Jason Doris hanging out in our parking lot for us. Jason, how's it feeling out there?
Well, it feels beautiful out here right now, Tammy. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have these mostly sunny skies above us and also some nice, comfortable temperatures, at least at the moment, but they're going to continue to warm as we go through this afternoon. And eventually, most of us should be in the mid to upper 80s. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see a couple of communities across southeast Massachusetts actually eclipsing 90 degrees. And that is all going to be because of this breeze that's actually picking up right now. A little bit out of the west, but eventually by later on today, northwest wind direction. That is a very dry wind, which will kind of help expedite that process of warming a little bit more. It could be a little gusty too for a couple of hours as we're anticipating those wind gusts, maybe 25 to 30 miles an hour. Starting around maybe 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. But overall, we're still going to take it. Just a little bit of a hint of wildfire smoke in the air too above southern New England, but really shouldn't be posing too much of a threat. Going in tomorrow, we see a little bit more clouds in the forecast and also some cooler temperatures as we have a sea breeze that will kick in the afternoon, kind of keeping those temperatures a little bit closer to seasonable levels for this time of year in the upper 70s. But big time cool down for this weekend as we have some unsettled weather, but there's a little bit of a positive, Tammy. I'm thinking we're pulling back on our rain chances just a little bit as the latest data from the models are suggesting not as much rain on Saturday as what we were originally anticipating, which is the good news there. So I'll have some more details on that coming up at noontime.
All right, Jason, that's what we like to hear. I think we're all fed up with the rainy weekend. So hopefully this will be the last one.
Fingers crossed, Tammy.
Yeah. All right, Jason, thank you. Now back to the news. The State House, this is a huge time of year for lawmakers because, of course, it's the time of the year where they pass the budget. Now, lawmakers in the Rhode Island House are set to debate the chamber's revised state budget plan. So typically, Governor McKee comes up with a plan, and then the legislature kind of configures their own plan. The new plan calls for an 80% tax hike on nicotine pouches, nearing the cost of a pack of cigarettes. The most popular brand is Zen. Nicotine pouches are popular among young people and cigarette smokers who are trying to quit cigarettes. The FDA has authorized them as a better nicotine choice than traditional cigarettes. The new tax could start on October 1st if this does pass. It would generate about $12 million a year, so a big moneymaker. The House declined Governor McKee's proposal to raise the cigarette tax. Experts are surprised by the move. One we spoke to says there's a clear difference in harm level between nicotine pouches and cigarettes.
That maybe we raise the price of those most harmful product, that combusted cigarette. Maybe we increase the tax on that. But that idea was kind of thrown away, and they decided to almost double the price of the products that the FDA has deemed to be better alternatives. So it doesn't really follow the science, which is the way that I think these policies should go.
All right, so obviously creating a bit of a debate there with this one. The popularity of products like Zyn has skyrocketed on social media thanks to a rise in so-called Zynfluencers. The House will debate the budget on the floor tonight, and then a vote is expected next week. So, of course, we will stay on top of everything budget-wise in Rhode Island for you. Now to this, a mixed reaction to President Trump's presence at the Kennedy Center. He and the First Lady attended the opening night of Les Mis. Take a listen. Obviously, you see that one woman yelling at him. You saw other people clapping. So, as we just said, a mixed reaction to President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump there being at the Kennedy Center. The show was actually a fundraiser that the president says raised $10 million. The president appointed himself chairman of the Kennedy Center back in February. At least 10 Les Mis cast members planned to boycott that performance. In other news that we are following for you this morning, Costco customers with an executive membership can expect some new benefits later this month. That's always good news, right? Extended hours start on June 30th, so they'll be open for longer. Stores will open at 9 a.m. for those upper-level members and stay open an extra hour on Saturdays for all members. Executive members will also get a $10 credit every month for same-day or Instacart orders of $150 or more. All right, well, that does it for us on Coffee Break. Thanks for tuning in and getting caught up for your day with us. You can always find news and weather updates on our website. That's turnto10.com. You can also take your cell phone, download the NBC 10 News app, and take us along with you, along with the weather app, to see what the weather will be like today, because as we know, we've seen a lot of hot temperatures and also the on and off rain in recent weeks. So want to stay on top of the weather. And we'll be back here on TV. If you'd like to watch a full newscast on NBC 10 News at noon, I'll be back on TV at 4 o'clock with your 4 p.m. newscast. All right, everybody, enjoy this weather and have a great day. Bye.